Welcome to the special public meeting of April 29, 2020 of the Township of Washington Township Council. Adequate notice of the meeting was given in accordance with the Open Public Meetings Act by the Township Clerk to at least 2 newspapers on April 24, 2020, and this notice has been posted on the Township Bulletin Board, electronic message board, WCTV, and on the Township website. Salute to the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Do roll call, please.
Councilman Casio.
Here.
Councilman Cumming.
Here.
Councilman DeSena.
Here.
Councilwoman Morgan.
Here.
Council President Feeney.
Here. Let the record reflect also participating via conference call, Peter Calamari, Mayor, Robert Tovo, Town Administrator, and Susan Witkowski, Township Clerk. No approval of minutes. I am going to move into the Mayor's appointment with our consent.
Stacy, I'm sorry, I didn't bring the verbiage that I read at the last meeting.
I'm sorry, Mayor, I have one.
You want to just read it too, if that's okay with everyone?
Stacy, is Mr. Pollard going to join us?
No, he's not, because I already spoke to him on the phone.
I had sent him some information regarding appointments, and I'd like an answer from him.
I didn't see a question in your email, Councilman DeSena.
I sent 2 emails. I did send one to him. It clearly says the Department of Local Government Services letter I received that I forwarded to him says that the new appointment has to be, in the event of a vacancy, the governing body may appoint an individual who does not, term of office is 4 years commencing on January 1st. And it's the,
No, but you missed the part where it says does not hold a municipal finance officer certificate to serve as temporary CFO for 1-year term commencing on the date of vacancy, with the option for 2 additional 1-year terms with DLGS Director of Vacancy appointment can last 3 years total.
That would mean if Mr. Colbo, but how come we never appointed Ashley Marone?
Nope. Hello?
1 year.
Mike, you're breaking up. We only got every other word.
How did we appoint Ashley Marone in the past for 1-year term? She was our temporary CFO. She was our part-time CFO.
Because it can be without a license, with the option, it says, sorry, it's just small. It does say on here that they can be for up to 3 years.
No, but I'm saying, how come in the past when we had a part-time CFO like Ashley Marone, that's who it was, she worked on a year-by-year appointment. How come we're getting this 4-year appointment? Why can't we have the new person?
Have a license?
She had her license. That's why she was the CFO. She signed all that.
I don't know, but I know that based on this, if you have your license, it has to be a 4-year term. It says it on here.
But the mayor was here when Ashley Marone was our CFO. She was.
I know, but the problem is that there's nothing we can do about that. I mean, we can table this till Monday, but I mean, there's nothing we can do about what happened in the past. We're here to move forward and bring it.
Wait, guys, can you talk one at a time, please? I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. I said we're here to move forward, and there's a CFO up for appointment. What happened with Ashley Marone, I cannot address, but we do have this on the docket to appoint a new CFO, which I think is in the best interest of the town. So,
I mean, part-time CFO. So I'd like to appoint the new gentleman the same way we appointed Ashley in the past.
I don't think we can do that with the way this reads, that if you have a license, it has to be a 4-year term. I think just because that happened in the past doesn't make that right, and we have to follow what the law says going forward.
Ms. Feeney, can I interject for a moment?
Yes, Mr. Tovo.
I wasn't copied on that email, but I did have a conversation with Mr. Fowler regarding that, and he asked that we pull it until Monday so we can research the piece that Mr. DeSena is pointing to.
Okay, that's fine. We can table it till Monday then. Okay, next item on the agenda is...
Madam President?
Yes,
In
Councilman Cummings.
addition to which, I had a conversation with the shared services person, Karen Palermo from Fairlawn,
Yes.
the other day, and it was a good conversation. It referenced a misunderstanding between the attorneys on the days of service, not the amount or time of service. In fact, and I'm trying to open those conversations again. So I'd like to table this.
So we have another applicant, you're saying, Mr. Cummings?
We
I
could
think we
very
have
well-
to, Mr. Cummings, I think you need to discuss with the administration before you bring it to council, especially since that part wasn't on the agenda for this evening.
I do apologize, ma'am.
No apology necessary. Okay, moving on. Okay. Okay, so I'm just going to read. Hold on, I'm just opening the PSA. Hold on one second. I had the screen open and now I don't have the screen open. Just give me 1 minute, please. Okay, public service announcements for April 29th, 2020. Come on. Okay. Coronavirus. For the latest updates, messages on the coronavirus, please visit our website, www.townshipofwashington.us. Social distancing. Face masks are now required by law in New Jersey in grocery stores, essential retail stores, and while using New Jersey Transit. Response to the developing COVID-19 outbreak in the United States and in our community. The Township of Washington has convened a COVID-19 task force headed by Council President Stacey Feeney and supported by the Mayor, Council, Administration, Police Department, and Office of Emergency Management. The COVID-19 task force is charged with preparing, providing, and managing any possible town impact, resident needs, and wellness needs related to the coronavirus outbreak. The task force central focus is ensuring the health and safety of residents, maintaining Township's commitment to preserving our community during this time of quarantine and social distancing. Remember, we are alone together and Township strong. All services may be requested by telephone or by using our online request form. You may also contact the task force through our email, which is covid19taskforce@twipofwashington.us. The phone number is 201-383-9474. Governor Murphy has signed Executive Order Number 1 yesterday, allowing the extension of the due date for Q2 real estate taxes concluding on June 1st, 2020. Tonight, the Council will consider the adoption of such resolution. DMF yard update. Beginning this Saturday, May 2nd, the DPW yard will once again open and resume its normal Tuesday and Saturday scheduled hours from this date forward. Tuesdays, 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., and Saturdays, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. The yard will close prior to 1 p.m. or 3 p.m. if the truck is full. Household bulk debris pickup has been postponed until further notice. Please support your local eateries. Please visit our website for a list of local establishments still open and serving our community. During these ever-changing times, we encourage residents to please stay in contact with our community. Please visit our website to sign up for the Swift 911 sign-up for our Township email notices by texting the word Township to 22828, entering your email address, or by following us on Facebook or Twitter. Okay, to participate in the general public discussion portion of the meeting, please dial in on 201-644-4659. You will be asked to state your name and address for the record, and we ask that only one person speak at a time. Please note that at the end of the general public discussion, no more calls will be accepted. Motion to open public discussion. So moved. I think we had a second in there. All in favor?
Aye.
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 5-minute limit.
Yes, 5-minute limit. Thank you, Mr. Cummings.
Okay, let's see who's on the line. Sorry. Hello?
Yes, hi, how are you?
Good, hold on one second. Okay. Ready, sir?
How you doing? Joe Durso, 12 Viola Terrace, Washington Township. Glad to hear that you guys are considering taking the extended tax thing tonight that the governor passed, and it's up to the towns to hopefully try to move forward with it. Also, I really haven't caught a lot of the meetings here and there and had the time to recap, but are any of you guys considering canceling any of these public events celebration events that we have coming up with all the hardship that's going on out there? Maybe this can help you in your budget planning, like Town Day, Memorial Day, Christmas parties at the end of the year and whatnot. Maybe they should just all be deemed unnecessary this year and possibly save some money that way. It's just my opinion. And the last thing is capital projects. Again, I am a big proponent. I like what you guys did with the firehouse, but considering what's going on, do you think about maybe possibly tabling that for next year? Again, we always get, you get there with capital projects and then it doesn't happen. I'd love to see it happen, but, this is a lot of uncertainty out there that's going on. So hopefully you guys would possibly consider that. And my last thing is this format that you're using, hopefully it's just only temporary. There's a couple of other options. I know we had some dialogue on a social media site, but Zoom, Cisco Systems, Google, maybe you guys could look into that possibly if this is going to be a long-term thing with the council and the mayor's not meeting. So other than that, thank you, and that's all I have.
Sue, did you happen to capture that by chance?
Yeah, why, you cannot hear him?
No. So, Mr. Durso, we'll have to get back to you because I'm sorry, because it's phone to phone, it was very fuzzy. So I'm going to have Sue give me the notes and then we'll get back to you.
Sure. I think he's gone.
Oh, okay.
Couldn't hear
Well,
at all.
I know.
Can you ask them not to be on speaker? Maybe that's the problem also, to actually pick the phone up.
So, Desiree, you couldn't hear him either?
I couldn't hear him.
No, I
What he
couldn't
said.
hear him either.
Okay.
That's weird.
It was terrible echo.
Hello?
Yeah.
There was an echo. I don't know what it was.
The echo might also be as if he has the TV on to mute it, and if it's on a cell phone, he probably shouldn't be on speakerphone.
Okay, so if you're going to call in, please silence your television and don't be on your speakerphone.
Hello? Who's on the line, please?
Sue, this is Joe Durso.
Hi, Joe Durso. They couldn't hear you.
Same bad. I still can't hear him.
They said you still can't hear you.
I'm not on speaker, and my television is off.
Okay.
Big echo. I can't hear him.
You
So
can't
again,
hear him?
Mr. Durso, I'm sorry, but I'm going to have Sue give me the notes from your statement, and I will get back to you on that. I'm very sorry, but we had a hard time hearing you.
Sue, tell her thank you very much.
Sorry about that, Joe. I heard you.
Okay.
I know.
Sue, you're the only one that's hearing me. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Sue, you're actually echoing a little bit on my end as well.
Why? Why tonight? Let's see.
I don't know.
Let's turn the volume down a smidge. Maybe it's too loud. Hello? Hello? Is that any better? I can move this way.
You're quite clear.
It's not, okay. Okay, is anybody else on the line for the open public discussion?
It's just me. I'll hang up if you want me to, if you can't hear me.
Oh, no, sorry, I didn't know you were still there. I'm sorry.
Sorry, Joe. Did not know you were still there. But we're trying to make it better, and I'm not sure what's going on. There's nothing different than what we did the other night, so, or have done.
It's Michael Ullman.
Hello, Michael Ullman. Yes, we had a hang up and a pickup. Hello?
Yes.
Okay, Mr. Ullman, go ahead. It's better, we can hear him.
Michael Ullman, 2 Clark Avenue. I was wondering, has the COVID-19 task force made a decision based on the parks opening if any of the municipal parks or recreation facilities will be open?
I believe since the governor has released the information, that's probably going to be discussed with the mayor and Rio Fasciano and Chief Skinner, correct, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, that's what I would expect to do now that the governor has opened up state parks, yes.
So as soon as there's an answer on that, I'm sure we'll release it.
Okay, thank you. The other question I had is regarding the budget discussion yesterday evening. The PERS allocation or expense was not captured initially. And it is my understanding that a payment on our debt service also wasn't captured as part of the budget?
Yes, that's accurate.
Okay, so given that those are two one is statutory, I believe the PERS is, and the other is a requirement of our debt service. What controls do we have in place that other items haven't been omitted, and who has responsibility for ensuring that they're in there? If one person is acting as the administrator, the director of finance, and the CFO, there's clearly not a check and balance. So where is that check and balance, and what is our level of confidence that there are other things that are not included?
So there was an error, and Mr. Tovo stated that there was an error, and that is the purpose of why the council goes over and reviews the budget. And I did reach out to our auditors today, and I had a very frank conversation with them, which I will be updating after this. And at the present time, with the situation the town is in, this is what we are working with, and it will be done correctly to the best of all of our ability, and then we'll need to be certified by hopefully the new CFO coming in, and it will also be reviewed by our auditors. So to answer your question, everybody is doing the absolute best that we can. Unfortunately, mistakes do happen, not just in town budgets, but in everywhere across the U.S. Everybody's human, and we are doing the best we possibly can.
Well, quite honestly, the best that everyone can do is a little lacking. I mean, the fact that you can't reconcile a Excel spreadsheet to the budget leads me to believe that someone doesn't know what they're doing, and there's a lack of confidence in that person's ability to manage that process.
Again, thank you very much for your opinion.
But there's no thought of voting on a lack of confidence vote for Mr. Tovo?
I do not believe at this time that has been discussed with the council. No.
Okay. Okay. And the other question I had is with regard to the township's website and the agenda being available, is that something that we can expect to be available, or is that something that won't be available going forward?
Heather Henry, who is a part of our website, and also Sue Wachowski, both had contacted me to let me know that the agenda was sent out today, and Heather would update it as soon as it was received. I am just letting you know these special meetings were put together, and because a few people are remote, we're working as hard. Sue and Heather are working as hard and as fast as they can.
Thank you.
Is there anybody else on the line?
Hello?
Motion to close public discussion.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. Okay, individual resolution. In speaking with Ken Pollard and based upon Councilman Cummings' email last evening immediately after the budget meeting, I spoke to Ken today, and there were several emails that went through saying that because this is an emergency executive order put forth by the governor, that we can put this on tonight's agenda as an emergency resolution. So it's resolution number 20-206, authorized extension of grace period for the payment of second quarter real estate taxes. May I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, do we want to discuss?
Yes, Stacy.
Okay.
You made your statement. Mr. Pollard advised that this resolution can go on tonight because it benefits the health and welfare of the public, is what you're saying, Mr. Pollard?
Michael, Councilman, can you talk up, please?
Stacy, you just stated that Mr. Pollard gave you his legal expert opinion, that this goes to the health and welfare of the public, so therefore we can put this on tonight the way we did?
Yes, and because it was an emergency executive order due to the current situation.
All right, I just wanted to make sure that Mr. Pollard said that this is what it is. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Does anybody else want to discuss, or do we want to vote?
I'm ready to vote.
Okay. Sue, roll call.
Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Cumming.
Yes.
Councilman DeSena.
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan.
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes. Okay, we're on to the budget. So I adjourned last night's meeting because I wanted to consult not only with Mr. Power, but with our auditors, and I had a phone conversation with Mr. Vinci today on several issues. Okay. The first issue is that once the budget is turned over, what's the definitive answer, and what's the rules and regulations to follow? Once the budget has been turned over, regardless of whether it's an increase or decrease or recommendation from anybody anywhere, it needs 4 votes to pass for an increase and 3 votes to pass for a decrease on the line item. So that's decided. We're definitive with that. I need to go back through and make sure that the items are voted correctly and what's still open. Okay. As for items that we spoke about last night, like the payments on the debt, okay, we have an issue in related. I'm sorry, Gary's not Vincey's not an auditor. He's our accounting team. But I was speaking to him because he's got significant background and experience with this. So the responsibility of the council and the administration is that our goal is not to, at the end of the year, is not to overexpend any budget line items. Okay, because what happens is next year, that amount rolls into next year's budget, and we have to account for it anyway next year because the spend has already happened. Okay, and it also affects our certification on the debt service for that specific line. And in order for a resolution to be passed, the council needs to make sure that the budget is fiscally prudent. That ensures that since we have been notified by the administration that the bill for the 2020 year is the number that they gave us and that they made an error, and they said they made an error, that we need to vote accordingly in order for the budget, which will be reviewed by the CFO, can be certified. Okay? Now, regards to line items and errors in the budget, in speaking with various people who are our advisors, there are always, for the people I've spoken to, estimates when the budget is initially turned over to council because not all of the bills have been received. And there can be errors because we're all human. Okay? Everybody here is doing the best they possibly can, and we're trying to work together to get this taken care of. Okay? But we also have to be realistic about what we're doing. So as I've been advised, that if we know the line item is going to be a different amount and it's based upon an actual bill that has come in and it pertains to our debt service and our certification, it's not a fiscally prudent budget to just say, because you didn't submit it correctly, we're not going to pass it. And this is coming from, people who have been doing this for a long time. Okay? Hold on one second. I'm going over my notes. So, and we're also eligible for local self-examination this year. Okay. So the state only reviews our municipal budget once every 3 years. The CFO reviews the budget the other 2 years. And the CFO needs to certify that the budget is in compliance with the various budget laws and regulations. By not funding a line that we were informed about during these budget meetings means the budget will not be certified. So I just want, everybody to understand that. And the certification, okay, and the attached resolution that the resolution that the council must approve acknowledges that the CFO certification and that the council's budget for interest on debt and indebtedness is calculated pursuant to law and budgeted accordingly. So we have to really keep that in mind. Okay, and when we're talking about indebtedness, we're talking of payment of interest and debt redemption charges, deferred charges and statutory expenditures, cash deficit or preceding year cash deficit, reserve for uncollected taxes, other reserves and non-disbursement items, and any inclusions of amounts required for school purposes. I just want to make everybody aware that I've had these conversations and that, we know how to move forward and we're all on the same page. Does anybody have any questions?
Stacy, it's Councilman DeSena. As I said last night, if we find $110,000 in the other items, I'd be more than willing to fund that line item as asked.
So we do have $30,000 or like $31,000 with the reduction of the salary from the CFO. And we could, as council members, we each have about between $5,000 and $6,000. We could all give up our stipend for this year, and we could come up with that money if that's what has to get done. But again, based upon the law, we need to fund our debt by law.
So we need to carve out $107,000 from the budget to make up for the shortfall.
So, Stacy, if you look at, if you're going to find $41,650 right off the bat if you hire.
Councilman, you need to talk up, please. I'm
Stacy,
sorry.
$41,650 if you fund the CFO as he submitted for $70,000.
That you what?
But the thing too is Councilman Casio last night said if you come up with half the money, I'll fund the rest. I'll agree to the rest. So that's what I was looking at based upon his recommendation.
But why should we give up our salary?
Just walking through it.
Made by the administrator.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
Why should we give up our salary for a mistake made by the administration?
Because mistakes happen. It is what it is.
There's mistakes everywhere in this budget, State.
I'm sorry, you're garbling, Councilman.
I said there are mistakes everywhere in this budget.
And but the recommendation on the table is we have the $31,000 from the CFO. $41,000? I thought it was $31,000.
The $111,650 minus $70,000 gives you $41,650.
Right, and then if each of the council members gives up their stipends, we'll have
Yeah, but why
extra, we'll
should
have
we give
other
up
money,
our
which
stipend for a mistake
would
made by
be a
the-
good
One
example
at a
to
time, please.
giving.
I think if we hold all the salaries and compensation the same from 2019 budget, I think everyone gives a piece of blood, and you can make up that difference.
I think that
So all
punishing
salaries,
not punishing, but,
salaries.
you know, is that fair to ask the people who work 35, 40 hours for the town?
Okay.
I'm
what
talking
records
about
have gone through
the
the-
public servants that as elected officials to give back to
that's-
the town.
One at a time, please.
That's nice to
Madam
hear, but
President?
you know, here's the deal. Everyone's hurting, right? So if we spread it across the board for all compensation, salaries, and other, you make up that loss. And not everyone gets a raise. These are hard times, and I think we can do that. I think that's a prudent thing to do. And then if we need to cut and, you know, wedge other things out to make up that shortfall of $107,000, we can do that through this
But
budget.
Mr. Cascio, last night you said that if we found half of the money, you would fund the other
It was
half.
a-
So have you
It was
changed your opinion?
it was a suggestion. Yes, it was a suggestion.
No, it was, well, you flat out said, if you can cut, 50 or 57,000, I'll fund the rest. You clearly stated that. Are you changing your
well,
mind?
Yeah, I changed my mind.
Okay.
Can,
Now
can
for
I
every
speak for a moment, please?
every council meeting that I've come across, okay, and you can look back in the records that we would all give up, you know, our salaries, okay. But I think that we can all come together in this time of need, where everyone in the town, including myself, go back to the 2019 rate of their total compensation. So the 1.5%, anything greater than 1.5%. I also would suggest to put a freeze on new hires. Okay? That's another suggestion I have. We're doing pretty good with what we have already, supposedly. Why hire new? Then you also come
Then
up-
we wouldn't
you also
hire a
come
new
up with law-
CFO.
We're doing. I'm sorry.
Then we wouldn't hire a new CFO.
Okay, we already have an acting one. You have a problem with that? Is he doing a good
I
job?
think right now that it's fair to the town to have Mr. Tovo doing both roles. I think we need someone who's a seasoned CFO.
Stacy, when you have a minute, I'd like to jump in.
That's
I
my
think
recommendation.
I think Mr. Cummings wanted to say something. I heard him.
Yeah, whenever you can stop me in.
Yeah, I think Mr. Cummings, did you have something you wanted to say?
Yes, Mayor, I apologize for jumping on your, but
No, I jumped on you.
I wanted to speak. Dr. Cascio, I went through 4 years of no raises in Fair Lawn Municipality because they had a strain on the budget, as we do. But ours was artificially imposed by a perfectly human error, which any of us could make with our own finances. But let me say this. When you take our government employees, which I was one until recently, and you cut their salaries and you cut their increases, you also cut their pension for the rest of their lives.
Only if they're coming out in the
My
last
friends
3 years.
at the county who got raises, let me talk. You've been talking for half an hour. My friends at the county who got regular, reasonable raises of more like 2% per year retired at $95,000 a year, with half of that as their pension after 35 years of faithful service. I retired with $15,000 less in my total package, and that's going to be my price for the rest of my bloody life. So don't you dare cut these people's salaries. Don't you dare even propose that. We have to be the first to give back if there's going to be any giving back done.
Mr. Cummings, it's 1 year. I'm not saying forever.
It's going to affect
I'll
their
give back
lives
one.
for the
I'll
rest
give back
of their
my
lives. on the
1.5%. I have
pension.
no problem with that.
That was my point.
So I'll give back my 1.5%.
Well, we're not going to get, with 1.5%, I mean, if we were all to give back our stipends, we would be somewhere.
And if we all
you
gave
can
back
start
our
canceling
raise
theme
and
night, too.
compensation, we'd make it. We'd fill the hole.
How about the bus? How about a tractor? How about a dump truck? Come on.
How about it?
How about a computer for the police car? Let them do it with the old thing.
Okay.
How about one less, don't hire another special for $80,000 a year?
Okay.
We've got a wonderful, dedicated police force who does a great job.
So there's absolutely no way that we can come to some sort of an agreement as a whole, as a council, with the advice from our advisors saying that we need to fund a debt line. You're saying absolutely not.
Yeah, you whittle it out in the budget. Find it. I just gave
Stacey,
you.
if you take the
I gave you
41
one way to do it.
Why don't you find it?
I don't agree with the one way
Right
to
idea,
do it. I don't
but I don't
believe
hear
taking
any
away.
One at a time, please.
Way to
I'm not
go.
taking anything away. I'm not giving.
Dave, if
There's a
we
difference.
reduce the CFO salary and we find 41 there, and we get
Well,
rid
if
of the
we've had
benefits-
41 there, why can't we just agree to the rest of it then? That's
No,
what
but
was
I'm saying
discussed
get rid of the
last night. I'm
benefits.
proposing
One
that
at a time,
also.
please.
If 41,000 last night and all the council gives up that 1.5%, we're somewhere closer to 50, then we've got the other 50 to fund. It seems like a reasonable
Wait a minute, you're
discussion
saying
that
give up
since
our
the
1.5%
salary for the
or
CFO is
You're
less.
talking all, I cannot understand you. You're gonna have a lot of inaudibles tonight. Please, one at a time. I can't understand you. I'm sorry.
Okay, and Mike, just 1 second. I did tell the mayor that I would let him talk, and I'm sorry. I completely forgot. Mr. Mayor, please go ahead.
Okay, thanks, Stacy. Comment was made just a couple minutes ago that this budget has a lot of errors in it. I know of two. Unfortunately, there were two big items, but there are two line items that had errors. So if people want to categorize that a lot out of all the line items, that's certainly their opinion and they're entitled to. But two line items out of almost 70 pages is minute. Thank you.
Okay, Councilman Dissent, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
If we have 41,650 in the one line item, right? If we eliminate the benefits coordinator for 5,000 and the other raise,
Councilman, you're garbling again.
if we eliminate the benefits coordinator for 5,000 and we eliminate the DMF increase for 6,000, that brings us up to 55,000 closely. That gets us to Dr. Cassio's original halfway mark, and I would fund it then that way. I would vote yes.
Okay, what if we had, hold on, wait 1 second. I'm sorry, Mike, can you just wait 1 second? I have a spreadsheet I just want to open.
Councilman, can you just repeat that? 41,160 for the CFO, OEM?
No, I said 41,160 reduction in the CFO salary to 70,000 like it's been submitted.
Right.
Removal of the benefits coordinator stipend of 5,000 and the DMF secretary increase of 6,000, which brings us closer to 55,000, which is what I'll agree to fund the line item then.
Thank you. I'm sorry. I did not.
I hope I
catch
didn't
all
break
of it.
up that time.
No, you did
No,
very well.
much clear. Okay,
better.
what about,
Stacy, may I get a quick comment in?
okay, go ahead.
So you want one person to take a hit of over $5,000 to help balance this budget?
Two people.
Okay, two people.
Well, one would take a partial hit, one never got the money, so it was never there.
Which one?
You're garbling.
The 6,000 to the DMF secretary.
Okay, and how about the benefits person?
I had already made a suggestion to eliminate it or split it between two people, so there was going to be a hit there no matter what.
Okay, I have another suggestion with the 41 council, Mr. Mayor, are you finished? I'm sorry.
Yes, I am, thank you.
Okay, so I believe that the rec basketball, there was an error, and we can bring it down to 8,500. So if we have the 41, I'm sorry, it's like 41,650, right?
41,160?
41,160 plus the 8,500. And what if we cut this DMF secretary in half to 3,000? That would get us there.
So we already
With
did
the
that.
benefits coordinator gone?
Well, I didn't go there yet. This was my suggestion. The 41, it's 41,160, correct?
Yeah.
Right. Okay. A reduction of rec basketball of 8,500.
41,650, Stacy, sorry.
Oh, 1,650. Okay.
Stacy was right.
Hold on. Wait a second. I have to just redo my math then. Okay. 41,650. Okay. A reduction in the DMF secretary of 3,000. Okay. And a rec basketball reduction of 8,500.
Oh, reduced, oh, okay.
What was that 8,500 for?
Apparently there was, Mr. Tovo, Eamon reconfirmed that there was a number twice in his rec basketball budget, so he's submitting a new number for rec basketball. It should be 9,500 instead of,
If you recall, we were trying to combine those line items. So the initial line item combination was recommended at $9,500, but we agreed to up it to $10,500 total and eliminate the second $9,500. But when the budget was flipped over, the second $9,500 was still in there. So we removed it, and the net saving is $8,500.
okay, so with that, we're at $60,150.
How'd you get that, Stacy? Can you just go over your numbers again? It was 41?
I'm sorry, 41,650, right? That's correct. If we take the DMS secretary down to 3,000,
And then the 85, right? That's right.
and then the 8,500 for rec basketball. That gets us to 60,150, which is more than the 57,000. If I had a whiteboard, I'd show you, but I don't.
I'm sorry. I lost the last comment. It was 41,650, 3,000.
3,000 even, and 8,500.
That gets me 53,150.
I'm sorry, say that one more time?
That gets me to 53,150. Unless I'm missing.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. 53,000. Oh, wait, I have another.
Then you had the 9,500 in there, right? Did you put that in?
Oh, it's 8,500.
Okay, that was that one.
50, 8,500, 3,000.
Well, we're still at 53. I mean, it's, sorry, I had another number in there that I took out.
If we get rid of the other one, or put the other one, I'll be happy and I'll prove it.
Sorry, say that one more time?
Louder.
If we do
Yeah.
the benefits coordinator one, I'll approve it.
Well, I mean, instead of trying to get rid of somebody's piece, let's do something. I mean, if we're at 53 and we need to get to 57.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Take 2,500 out of that item and make it, and I'll fund the other 2,500.
You're garbling. I am so sorry, guys. Ay, caramba. Councilman, please repeat that last line.
If we add the 2,500 from the benefits coordinator and make that line item 2,500, I'll approve it.
What if I could give you 10,000 additional, so make it 63? There's a 10,000 reduction in the FICA section.
But the FICA section, I wanted to bring to everybody's attention, doesn't include the new salary cap. The new salary is going up $198,000, almost $200,000 from 2019. So I would not want to reduce that, Stacy.
That's not accurate. Those new numbers were just compiled by purchasing, so those, or payroll, I'm sorry. So those are the numbers for 2020.
But
So
Mr.
we can
Tovo
reduce
says,
1,000.
no, Mr. Tovo clearly says it's payroll from 1/15/19 to 12/31/19, totaling $2,071,608,000. Our new proposed budget has a total salary wages, I did the math, of $2,192,425. So there's a delta there of $173,000 roughly. She just gave us, this is what we paid last year in 2019, the email you sent us today, Mr. Tovo.
Yes, and then she ran new numbers for this year, projecting what the cost would be, and she felt $210,000 would cover our requirements there.
Okay.
So we have a $10,000 reduction with the FICA. We don't need to touch the benefits administrator. That brings us to
I'd still like to cut that one in half or split it, and I'll be okay.
Well, I mean, I think but the goal is to get to the number so you'll fund the rest. So if we get to 63, that means we have to fund less.
Well, if we get to 65, we have to fund even less.
I know, but you guys keep changing it. Do we need to get to a number, or are there things you want to cut out of the budget?
I was okay without the 10,000. I would have funded it with just the 2,500. You added the 10,000.
So the agenda then is that you want to cut that regardless of whether we got there to that number or not. You want that gone.
Yes, please, Deborah. Or split between the two people, and I'll take the 10,000.
So it's not about getting to the number.
It is about getting to it. Well, to me, it's about doing the right thing and getting to the number.
So tell me how cutting the $5,000 for the one employee is doing the right thing.
Because it's going to go to split between the two people that actually do the job.
It's still $5,000. You want to give $2,500 to one and $2,500 to another.
Correct. Yeah.
We're not changing it. We still have $5,000 on that line that we have to fund.
No, I'll leave the 5,000 and split it between the two and take the 10,000 from the FICA cost.
Hello?
And bring it to 63,150.
So the only way you'll fund the line is if we agree to split that. So this is not about the number again. The only way you'll fund the line now is if we get to the 63 and split that amount of money between two people.
Yes, I'd like to see that. I'd be okay with it.
That's unbelievable. Mike, I'm sorry.
Did we lose somebody?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, a little bit louder if you can, please, Councilwoman Morgan. Just a tiny bit.
I don't feel that approach. It feels wrong. I don't feel that it's fair. If we don't take this 5,000 off of this person's salary, then you're not going to fund it, regardless.
I'm not saying take it off. I'm saying take 2,500 off her salary.
You know, but I don't understand.
That wasn't even on the table. 10 minutes ago, that wasn't even on the table. We were looking for money. It was found. And
I didn't bring up what was on the table. That wasn't my suggestion. I agreed to back Stacy's number.
Louder.
I agreed to back Stacy's number and back you guys, but that's my one caveat. So that's my personal caveat. That's all.
Yeah, but that is a caveat. That's changing the original conversation from finding the money to fund the line.
I didn't make that statement. I didn't agree to it or bring up that statement. You know, so that
well, in the beginning, you said if we could get to that number, you would fund the line.
Yeah, and I have one caveat. That's all. I have one caveat.
But the caveat was never even talked about until after we found the money.
Until that, we're talking about it now, Deborah. You're right.
I know, but it just doesn't seem right, Mike. Honestly, it doesn't seem right. It seems like you're like, I don't know.
Okay, I have another suggestion. I believe we can reduce the police department salaries line by $60,000, and that would cover this amount.
How would we do that?
Because there was an unanticipated resignation, and the new salary will be much lower than what the current salary is for that individual, or that position, I should say. So that's another way. We don't have to. We can use them. We'll have $60,000, which will
one at a time, please.
Which will meet the discussion of the $57,000, and we could fund the rest.
Okay.
So what's
Okay,
the total? What's the total up with the police resignation?
We're at
So
113, 150.
we can reduce the salary line by 60,000. So let me just get to that line. I have to just find the page. Mr. Hobo, that would be in the total salaries other than chief line, correct?
That would, correct.
Okay. Can you confirm what the new, I just want to make sure we get the numbers down correctly. Is the number that was decided on that line as is, it is what we discussed at the meeting with the police department, correct?
There's been no change.
Okay. So on the budget, the temporary numbers that you gave us, do we know, so this is page 31.
Do you want me to verify the number?
25240,110, Stacy, on page 31, the top one?
Yeah, I just want to find it on the new budget, so on the temporary numbers we got.
It should be the same line items, and they should be in order.
Yeah, no, it's just a different page number, that's all.
Right, but the line items themselves should be in order.
Right. Okay, here it is. So just so everyone's aware, on the temporary budget, it's page 26, and it's at the top. So they're saying the number they have is 275 million, 2.35.
Oh, I see that. 2,700, 2,750,000.
So
Yes.
2,750,000 becomes 2,700,000.
No, it's six. We're reducing it by 6,000.
How many? Oh, I thought you said 50,000, Stacey.
No,
No,
it's okay.
he said
6,000.
50.
I'm sorry, by 57?
60.
60, 60, or 67?
Yes, 60.
Okie
So
dokie.
the number comes to 2,690,000.
Right. It's my fourth grade mathematics kicking in.
So we are finding the budget. That's great.
Can you repeat that number, Stacy? I didn't hear it.
Sure, it's $2,690,000. It's $60,000 down from $2,750,000. Now we're going to okay, let's vote on this, just so we have a vote on record.
All right, now, whose recommendation is that? Is that a recommendation?
I'm making a recommendation based upon information from the police department directly to reduce the line salaries other than chief, account 25240,110 by $60,000 to bring it down to $2,690,000.
Thank you.
May I have a motion?
I'll move.
So moved.
All right, now you have all three of you, one at a time again. Who's going to motion?
Again.
I
So
will.
move.
All right, Councilman DeSena motion, who's going to second it?
Kathy,
No, I motion for Councilman DeSena as second, so.
Okay, so Councilman DeSecond. Whew. Okay. Hey, sitting up here too long. Ready? Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Cumming.
Recuse. I think I have to.
Yes, yes,
No,
I
you
forgot.
don't.
I forgot
You're
about
right.
that. Thank you for doing that.
You're right. Councilman DeSena.
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan.
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes. Okay, now we're moving on to the other account. I just want to get the original.
All right, can I ask a silly question, please, to make sure I have it correct in here? So you're reducing the police by the $60,000.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the only one? I mean, 50,000. Is that the only one that you're doing?
No, we're reducing it by 60,000. So for right now, it's the only one we're doing. We're going to move on
So
to
the other conversation is just another conversation.
Sorry, what?
The other conversation that you've had is going to be just another conversation. There's no motion, no nothing on that.
No, there was no motion
That's why I
there.
want to make sure. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Didn't come to consensus, so.
Okey doke.
We're still going to reduce the other line, Stacey, to find all the money, right?
I'm sorry. Say that one more time?
We're still going to reduce the 10,000 in FICA and the other money we talked about to find all the money, correct?
Well, first, we're gonna finish the transaction we just discussed, which is now
buggies,
funding the other
buggies.
line for the full amount for the debt service. That's what we agreed upon.
Buggies.
So at least we can clear that up and move on to better things.
Yeah, but we're gonna cut the one to 3,000 and we're gonna cut the other one.
I know, but we're not, we're going to the line we need the 107,000 for.
Okay.
Okay, so let's go, okay, it's account 01, correct me if I'm wrong. It's 01459300, is that right?
Let me see. 0143.
01, it's on page 67.
Yes, that's right. So on the old budget, it's line 80, it's page 80, 3/4 of the way down.
Let's go.
Okay. Can you guys give me 1 minute? I'm sorry. Just hold on 1 second. Okay, good night. I love you. Okay, go upstairs. Okay, sorry about that.
If I go upstairs, I won't be near the phone.
It sounds like a Walton moment.
I'm sorry. Okay, so it was 107, the original amount was 107,850. Okay, so I just need a little education. Since we reduced the other line, I'm just increasing this to the amount that we need. I don't need to do anything else, right? Because it doesn't matter. It's line item by line item. Correct, Mr. Tovo?
And that's how we've been doing it.
Okay, good. Okay. Okay, so I'm making a motion to bring this line to 215,700. Is that correct? Page 26. Sorry, I lost my page.
Page 80?
Yes, page 6.
And the old one. The old one. Sorry, the old one.
7.
Okay, so the amount is 215,700. Okay, so I'm making a motion to bring that amount up. Anybody second?
Second.
I'll second.
And that's fully funded, correct now?
Mr. Tovo, can you confirm that this is fully funded then?
Yes, it is.
Okay, thank you. So again, I'm making a motion, I don't know, somebody second, all of you second.
Councilman Cummings, second. So we'll do a roll call. Are we ready?
Yes, please.
Okey dokes. Councilman Casio.
Yes.
Councilman Cumming.
Yes.
Councilman DeSena.
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan.
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes. Okay.
Can Stacy, on the same page 67, the last item, deferred charges, unfunded, can we get an explanation, because that wasn't in the original budget that was submitted, the $20,616.50. You get an explanation of what that is?
Yeah, we have three numbers here. We have 63,780. The administrator recommends 20,616, and budget is 20. Well, okay. So Mr. Tovo, Mr. Mayor.
I'm sorry, what line item you on? Are you the new or the old pages?
Okay, so we're on the new pages. It's the last line on page 67.
All right, what's the account number, Stacy?
Oh, sure. It is deferred charges 46-870-100.
870-46870.
Hey. Park field maintenance is 45. I can take a cut on that.
Hold on, I'm not seeing it in the old one.
It's not in the old one, just the new one.
Okay, that's all right. Give me a second to just catch to you. I'm sorry.
So just so everyone's clear, we're on the last line of page 67, deferred charges, unfunded. So as you're looking through, I'm going to have Mr. Tover, Mr. Mayor answer Mr. DeSena's questions.
Well, we sent a complete breakdown of the deferred charges from LVH to council under separate email.
Okay, I have it, yes.
When did we get that?
Hold on, I just moved my email. Hold on one second. Okay, so I'll tell you when we got the email, but let me just answer the question. So it's $24,631 is the interest on the bond application note issued in 2019 that was not budgeted in the 2019 budget. $30,000 is the emergency appropriation in 2019 for the local match of the County of Bergen grant for the bocce court. $21,093 is the emergency appropriation in 2019 for the local match of the County of Bergen grant for Memorial Basketball Court. $13,500 is the emergency appropriation for the local match of the County of Bergen grant for Gardner Park improvements. $13,657.94 are the overexpended budget appropriations in the 2019 budgets. $413 are the overexpended budget appropriations from the 2017 appropriation reserves budget, and $6,545 are the overexpended budget appropriations from the 2018 budget. The deferred charges as of 12/31/19 is $109,840.18. And the administration is looking for just $20,000 to fill their. Is that correct?
That's the question I was asking. We need almost 5 times that. So why are we only asking for 20,000?
Well, obviously, we're looking for the full amount. I'm looking for that page where it says only 20,000. LVH, these numbers
on page
before us.
57, is part of it somewhere else?
what's on 68?
So the bottom is 67, the top is 68. Excuse me.
Uh-oh. Coffee. 31.
Mr. Tovo, do we need to table this and you need to get back to us?
Yeah, I'm sure LVH is a very simple answer for that, so yes, I will check with them.
Okay, all right, that sounds good. And then if you can get back to us Monday, that would be great.
They compiled this information when they did the AFS.
So, Mr.
Okay.
Tovo, are we looking for 109, you think, or the 20? Which one do you think it is?
No, it's going to be 109.
So we have another $89,000 shortfall in the budget we have to find.
Speak up,
Okay.
Councilman.
Okay, okay, let's move on to the next item. Hold on, I'm just going through my list.
Okay, what we got the back here.
We got more cuts to make, Stace.
Well, I don't know about that. We'll see. We'll see what LVH says. I'm not making any assumptions yet. But the number that's at the bottom, Mr. Tovo, the 1.73, since we have some other reductions coming in, that will come down now, correct? Hopefully.
So we're just verifying the numbers because I'm looking at the recommended, and there is a total for the 109,840, which is total of the deferred charges and the over expenditures. So just let me verify that with LVH tomorrow, and I will get the answer back to you.
Okay, great.
Stacy, what page you on? Can I help you?
Yeah, I'm just going through my list to make, because I know we did do some stuff, I just don't think I marked it off correctly.
Okay.
Okay, we went over the IT services.
Stace, did you look at page 43?
No, I was just starting from the front to see what I had open left, that was still left. But we can go to 43, that's fine.
Yeah, on CMF maintenance facility maintenance, we had budgeted 0, and it got put back to 10,000. I was just wondering what was going on there.
You need to speak up, Councilman.
What was okay, that's on the new pages?
Yeah, on the new pages, it's 43.
What's the account number, Councilman?
0126310500.
26.
26310. Excuse me, 26310,500.
Thank you.
In the middle of 43.
Yes.
Yeah, but you're on a different page. I'm on the other one.
That should be on page 46, I think. Hold on, I'm almost there.
I have a 43 on the new one.
Facility maintenance, 263.
On the old one, I mean. She's looking at the old one. Yeah.
You said $10,000.
I had a note with 0 to that.
Yep, there was a motion to put 9,000 in. It did not go, the 9,000, so therefore then you went back to 10,000.
290-380?
26310,500. DMF facility maintenance.
Look on the new one, Stace, on 43.
Okay. Okay, 26, let me just check my notes. 310.
Yeah, why have we got $10,000 for
Yeah, we had made it 0 because we said we were going to
building
building maintenance
that's
on a
being
building
torn
we didn't
down?
tear down. Correct, Mr. Chairman, that's all that's said.
Yes, thank you.
What'd you say? Did you start? Well,
We had zeroed it out because it was a building we were going to tear down, so why were we doing maintenance on it?
Right, we did have that conversation.
I have 0 on it.
I have 0 on it, that's why I wanted to.
Stu, what did your notes?
I have votes that you voted on 10, first you put down $9,000. In fact, Steve, you motioned for $9,000. Mike, you seconded it. And to bring it down to 9,000. And Councilman Cumming, Councilwoman Morgan, and Council President Feeney voted no. So then it went back to the $10,000 again, and you did, Desiree, Councilwoman Morgan, motion for 10,000. Council President Feeney voted approved it, seconded. And then you went and you did a roll call, and it turned out that Councilman Casio, you voted no. Councilman DeSena, you voted no. Councilman Cumming, Councilwoman Morgan, and Council President Feeney voted yes. So it went to $10,000, it stayed at $10,000.
I actually have the same thing as Sue.
Okay, all right, maybe I have a.
Don't confuse me.
No, it's okay.
I have
So,
it
because I have originally put as 9, and then I have 9 voted no and 10 voted yes. Mr. Tovo, Mr. Mayor, was there a reason we were leaving this in?
No, I do have
Clarify.
a store, let me see. I don't have to have a little store somewhere, it does not do anything.
I'm on the wrong line.
I remember that whole conversation that we're tearing it down, we're not gonna have it. Well, I don't
I
know.
know, but I thought there was something saying that since it was still going to be up for the year, that they wanted to leave it just in case. That's why I wanted the mayor, Mr. Tovo, to confirm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to recall, I thought we combined all of our, building maintenance into, to one line. I don't
What's
recall.
the other line, Bob? That might be, because I have a little store next to mine, and I'm wondering, I want to find that line. Where would that line be?
Well, the other lines are blank, like supplies, cleaning service, they're
Yeah,
all
but there
0
was-
for the year. Security system maintenance.
Yeah, but there was
Only line
something
that's
else
for
with
maintenance,
facilities.
the $10,000 in the
Well, it's
section.
5,000 for HVAC maintenance and repairs also, Stace.
Right, no, I know, but I'm saying for building outside of that, I said the other stuff is
see.
0.
Correct.
That's also kind of high because almost all of the material is new.
So, Mr.
Last
Mayor,
year
Mr.
was-
Tovo, do you have a recommendation for this line? I know, Sue, what day was that? That was
Stacy?
Oh, 46, moved, wait, hold on, page 63.
Stacy?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
I'm showing account 26-294-20, facility maintenance and repairs. We upped that one by 10,000.
Yes,
Yeah, page 63, we moved it to page 63, and page 63 on mine.
yep, that's what I see.
Building maintenance? Yeah. So you moved it over there, you combined those, because I have that, yes, it's $10,000 on that line.
Right.
So what page
Yeah.
is that on the old budget?
63.
63, and we voted 3-2
On the new, it's page 40.
on the 10,000.
Right.
So, Mr. Tovo, is it in here twice then?
It would appear that way. The 10,000 should be removed.
Okay, so let's remove this out of the temporary numbers from the administration on page 43.
So which account, Mr. Tovo?
The first one we discussed, Sue.
The 310500?
No, the other
Yeah.
one, because we moved it to the 310500.
The 375420?
No,
28?
Page 46.
Yeah, two numbers.
Hold on, it's 6310500.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was, 310500.
Yeah, that's the one.
So we'll remove, removing that one, and we're leaving the 10,000 in the 375420?
375, yes.
The 28375,420? Okay, thank you.
Where's that, what page is that on?
Well, on the old one, it's on, I'm just going back.
51 and 63.
Right, so 63 on the old. We brought it down from 15,000 to 10,000 and zeroed the other line out.
Right. I have another thing that's open. Are we done with that?
Yes.
Okay, I have the DMS secretary open. It says we needed clarification. Is that old or?
No, that's what's old, but we need to clear that one. So right now, Desiree, what page number do you have, just so we're all on the same page?
In the old one, 45, second from the top.
Okay. Yes, I have that is still open.
Okay.
Okay, so the stipend is 6,000. What would you like to discuss?
Stacy, what
Hold on
page
one
are you
second.
on?
Sorry, on the old one we're on 45, and on the new one, I believe we're on.
37.
Okay, thank you.
Hold on a minute.
I also have permanent employees, not superintendent, on hold also. We need more numbers there, I thought.
No, let's this one, Mr. DeSena, if you don't mind, let's try to do one at a time, not do multiple. So, okay, so this one, the DMS secretary is still open. Desiree, do you have a recommendation?
Yes, were we looking at the 6,000 for her?
I think that the discussion was ongoing regarding that.
Right, because I have next to mine, I was thinking, I guess I maybe made a mention of it, that I was thinking to add the 3,000.
So you want to bring this down to 3,000 from 6,000?
That's what was discussed at some point.
Yeah, I don't have that we finalized it.
No, we did
open.
not find.
We didn't do anything with it.
Okay. Okay, I'm okay with the 3,000 from the 6.
I said I'd be okay if you cut it in half, so yes, I'm okay with it also.
So do you want to do a motion in a second on this?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yes, yes,
Yes.
Okay, so,
all
The
right.
Desiree motion and I don't, whatever.
I'll second it.
Who said I second? I'm sorry.
Casio.
Thank you. Councilman Casio?
Yes.
Councilman Cumming?
Yes.
Councilman DeSena?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan?
yeah.
Council President Feeney?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay,
move
since
up?
we're in the DMS section, if you don't mind, I'd like to go, I think a conversation is warranted for the DMS superintendent because, in my opinion, we're asking a gentleman who's currently doing the job to take a pay cut and take less money than he would by taking the new job. What does everybody else think?
What line are you talking about?
It's not a new job, Stacy. It's the same job.
It's 26290-190. We're going to promote the gentleman.
He already has the title, Stacy.
I understand, but in the current position that he's in, he's still making more than he would as superintendent.
But he is the superintendent, Tom.
It doesn't matter. Why would you ask Dan to take less?
One at a time, please.
Stacy, may I make a quick comment?
Sure.
Thank you. He's the acting superintendent. He was till he got all his certifications. He's had them now for a while, and so that's why we recommended going higher. Thanks.
Was he working
There's no vote
under
on
the
this one
assumption?
already?
Yes, we voted on it.
Wait, can I just ask something? Was he working under the assumption, though, that if he got certified and he became the permanent superintendent, that he would get a raise?
Wash your hands.
Desiree, I have to say that happened before I became mayor, I believe.
Okay. I don't have a problem with it. Are we re-voting on this?
I would like to revote on this.
Okay.
Well,
It's a full-time position, correct? Trying to refresh my memory.
Yes, it's a full-time position.
you've had a few different conversations and votes on this one.
Okay, so I'm going to make a motion for the salary of DMS superintendent to be $85,000. Anybody second?
I'll second.
Second.
Okay, Councilman Casio?
No.
Councilman Cumming?
Yes.
Councilman DeSena?
No.
Councilwoman Morgan?
Yeah.
Council President Feeney?
Yes.
Okay, you only have 3 yeses on that.
It's not an increase, Sue.
But you voted it at $78,000 the other night.
It doesn't, the recommendation based on the original budget is 85.
Yeah, but it's already down. You can't jack it back up with the original recommendation. It's now at 78.
I'm confused.
No, that's not, but we're going off the original recommendation, which is what I was told by Gary Vinci.
That's not how it works. I'm sorry.
That I'll have to
Gary
check
Vinci-
on.
Okay.
Gary Vinci is incorrect. And if you want, you can call DCA. That's
I'll
why
call Gary
if you
Vinci.
have if you have
Not thinking of going
questions
HR.
about budgets, Ms. Feeney, you should call DCA because they have all the answers. It takes a while to get to them, but they do have the answers. It's a tool that you should use. We should all use. Just a suggestion.
That's the only reason why I question is because the other night you lowered it down. That's all. Originally, you guys had left it at $85,000 until a decision was made. You were budgeting it for $85,000.
And then we voted the other night to move it to 78, and we had a positive vote to move it to 78.
78, okay.
So whatever you got to do, double check and we'll see with the motion how it goes. It's on 78 or 85.
Okay, let's move on.
Yep.
So are we going to circle back to that? I'm just trying to make some notes.
No, the other thing is the budget isn't done until it's done. So I will check with that, and I will check with all the people that need to be checked with to clarify that. So anyway, does anybody have what's still open they want to talk about? We
DMF,
still have the foreman, I believe. We voted on the foreman.
we have DMF salaries to do. DMF permanent employees, not superintendent, page 37.
Right, at the, right, page 44 on the old budget page, 37 on the temporary numbers.
Correct.
Okay. So recommended, Okay, 530,000.
Ms. Feeney, the administration really changed our recommend on that to 500,000.
Okay, so you want to bring it down to 500,000?
Yeah, some of the other numbers that are broken down into other categories, like stipend and foreman, were being captured in that whole number. So once we back them out, we can bring that number down.
Okay, does anybody have a problem with the 500,000?
Do we still get 2 new employees, Mr. Tovo, like it originally asked for?
Well, that was a mistake. It was 2 new employees that were hired in 19. That's why we were seeing an increase from 18, because we didn't see the full impact of those hires until later in the year. So we're not hiring 2 new people in 20. They were hired in 19.
And that accounts for the $50,000 difference, Mr. Tova?
It does.
Okay. So the motion is for 500,000?
Correct.
Yes, based on recommendation.
Who's motioning?
I'll motion it.
The 500?
I'll second.
Yes, 500.
Councilman Casio?
Yes.
Councilman Cumming?
Yes.
Councilman DeSena?
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan?
Yes.
Council President Feeney?
Yes.
That one goes. Okay, so 500.
Okay, so that one's not closed. One's closed.
So,
Okay, I have the foreman stipend open.
I'm sorry?
Foreman stipend.
Yeah,
Which is on page...
that 26290,191.
What page, Dave? 48?
On the old one, it's 45, and on the new one, that's what I was just looking for, 29019.
What's the first 3 numbers, Stacy? 25, 26?
It's 26, 290,191.
290191.
You know what? That one was approved last meeting. I have that as approved now.
Yeah. I have that.
Can you just confirm that, Sue?
Yeah, I just have $5,000 each. That's what I have, and then I actually, my note says leave blank for more information.
Okay, I have it as approved.
I have it
I
as
have-
approved as well.
Sorry,
I have it
Desiree?
flagged.
I have it as, oh no, I have it as skipped. I'm looking at the wrong one. I have it as skipped.
I have it open. I have it flagged for more info.
So are we good with the 10,000 for the foreman stipend?
It looks like it's open.
That's because we were gonna do add the second foreman at 5,000 each of them.
Yeah.
But it was included in one line. I think we said that was fine.
I have it as
I think
approved.
so.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is
okay.
approved.
Everybody good with the 10, let's just clear this up. Is everybody good with the $10,000 stipend for the foreman?
I'm
Yes.
okay, yes.
I have
Okay.
winter watch. The item. I have the first line of the page flag. BMF winter watch. We needed more information from Mr. Tova.
Now that one I have 9,500.
As approved. I have flagged. That's all.
I have it as approved.
Well, I think in the beginning, I think one of the first rounds, Stacy, when you saw it, you asked what it was. And
Yeah, but
that
I
was
have-
the question, but that was it.
Yeah,
Okay. That's fine. I'm okay with it.
that's good. Okay. Okay, that's approved. Waste removal. Okay, we changed the waste removal line to 180,000. Approved.
We have to go back to CFO and reduce that one, Stacy.
Yeah, I'm just at the tail end. I'm just making sure that since we were on 45, I'm just going forward.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not going to be able to finish it because we got to wait for those deferred charges on the last page.
Yes, I know, but I'm looking to see if there's anything else that's open. I don't have anything else open right as of yet. The 45,000.
We have to change FICA and Medicare by the 10,000 on the last page too.
We're not at the last page yet, Councilman.
It's
I know,
60.
we're not there yet. Okay. Wait,
Almost,
okay.
but not quite.
All right, that one we did approve in the last meeting. Okay, so that's 35,000 down. 22,000 for the gas and the diesel. That was all approved. Okay, the only thing I have going forward is the deferred amounts that's open.
No,
45 forward on the old one.
45 on the old one. Oh, I see. 44.
Okay,
Account number, Stacy.
sorry.
Account number, please.
From 45, just, was basically from 290191 forward.
290191.
191. And then Councilman, DeSena, you said there was something in the front?
On page on page 60, we have to fix the FICA 0136472.
Okay, but was there something in the front or?
Yeah, I had on the first page, on page 3, I had IT services. We were waiting for more information.
All right, I'm not with you guys. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. But just, Mike, could you just speak up? You drifted off at the end of what you were saying.
Page 3, I have IT services, administration IT services still on hold.
Okay, on the new numbers, correct? On the new pages?
I'm only looking at the new budget, yes.
Okay,
I moved
just
all my
checking.
notes too.
Okay, so that's 22,000. Let me just, I just want to look at my,
I have
from
that as
that.
flagged, so.
All right, I'm sorry. What account number are you guys talking about?
So we are at account number on the old pages. It's page 4. It's 20103-200. I had this was tabled. That this was the new SDL software special data.
I have that as approved,
I do.
as $22,000.
Okay, I have it as a hold on mine, so.
No, it's approved.
I have it as approved after we got the explanation that it was the new SDL software and a special data package
data
and logins. Mr. Tobo, could you expand on that?
I have it as approved as well.
I have
my-
it as
my
voted
bad.
on and approved.
Yeah, I believe we clarified that and then went back and voted on it. So everything you said is accurate and the number's accurate.
We initially tabled it, and then in one of the meetings, we went back and it was explained, we got the answers, and then we voted okay.
Right. New SDL software special data logins. I think it's secure data. Okay.
Excuse me.
My next thing is on page 9, Stacy.
Old 9 or new 9?
New 9.
New 9. New 9.
Give us an account number, please, Councilman. Was it 21, 26, 20, what?
20130130130.
20130130130. Oh, Chief Financial Officer.
Okay. Hold on one second. I just want to pull my notes here.
I have a number of 80,000 written in.
80?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you're on a different line, Mr. Cummings.
I have a 70,000.
I have
written
70.
in.
That was the
I'm
number.
sorry.
I have 111,650.
No, we
Well, that's-
wrote it in. We wrote
The
it in.
proposed number is, so here's the conversation with this. So we want to bring this number down, but if we bring this number down and don't hire this gentleman on Monday or hire for the salary that they're saying, we lose the budget and then we don't have budget for a full-time CFO if the vote doesn't go.
Yeah,
So-
so we get in June already, Stacy, so it's only going to be a half-year salary.
That's true.
2130.
So even if we hire the new gentleman, he'll only make about 40,000 at the most.
Oh, there it is.
6 months and we hire somebody for 140,000, then we'll have 70,000 in there.
And my last note was table and
Okay, let's
Wrote
bring
in-
it down to 70. I think that's fine. Then let's bring it down based on the recommendation from the administration to 70.
Okay.
70.
I'll make a motion to bring it down.
Do we need to vote, or since we're all in agreement, we could approve it?
No, vote up,
Let's vote.
please.
I'll second
Make
it.
it official.
All right, so Councilman DeSena, you're motioning to bring it to 70, correct? Under administration's recommendation?
That is correct.
And Councilwoman Morgan, you're second. Bleh,
Sure.
whatever that word is. Councilman Casio,
Yes.
Councilman Cumming,
Yes.
Councilman DeSena,
Yes.
Councilwoman Morgan,
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes.
I have the next line, 130160, is still open also.
Okay, just wait 1 second. I'm just checking. For the benefits coordinator.
We were still waiting to get the email about the 2019 open enrollment, Stacy. I still haven't received it.
No, but I did confirm that it didn't go out in 2019.
So we did not provide our employees an open enrollment in 2019 as per law?
No, we did.
That's not very good.
Well, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing we could do about it right now. Okay, so
I'd like to make a motion that we split it between the two people like I had originally asked. If somebody will support that, I'm okay with it.
yeah, but the other person doesn't have the title,
What title?
benefits coordinator.
We make both. We give that title to her, and the other one remains deputy treasurer.
I know, but here's the thing: is like you're saying that, but is that in the purview? We have to talk to the administration to see if that's how the role is split, and that's what they're willing to do, also.
Mr. Mayor, is that the way the role is split?
Since we can't use names, I'm a little confused who you want to split it with.
The person that's actually doing the job.
Well, I do. That person's title currently is. Hold on 1 second. I can give you their title. Hold on. Purchase and payroll.
Thank you.
And I'm sorry, who has confirmed that she's doing it?
Hello, did I lose everybody?
No, I think we're just.
It got very, very quiet. Sorry.
It was nice.
I think if we pay somebody a stipend and they miss open enrollment for the entire year and cause headaches for all our employees, there should be some repercussions.
And that would be up to the administration to do. So if there's discipline, we will certainly dish that out. But regarding the salary,
You didn't even know it happened until I brought it
Miss
up.
Councilman DeSena, please let Mr. Tovo finish.
well, does it really matter how I found out, as long as we did find it out?
Yeah, but you found it out now in 2020.
Yes, I agree. We did. okay? But still not your call to decide how they should be punished.
Never said it was.
Yeah, you did.
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
Okay.
I can make my opinion as a councilman.
Okay, enough. Enough. Okay, I'm recommending no increase here and leave it at last year's $5,000. Anybody else have an opinion?
I'm okay with that.
So, Council President, you're motioning, Councilwoman Morgan, you're second?
Sure.
Unless somebody else wants to discuss, does anybody else have an opinion?
Stacy?
Yeah, Mr. Mayor?
Yes, thank you. Bob and I are showing that it was already approved at 5.
Oh, at 5, I
Because
had it.
that's why the difference between the 5075 and the 5,000.
Oh, I have it was still open, shoot.
No, I have it down at the 5 also. It was just no 1.5% increase on that one.
Right, that's what we're showing also.
If that's the case, then leave it. I mean, I'm good with that.
I have it as open too.
I'm scratching that off.
Okay, just as an aside in regards to the budget, we do currently have an extension until May 18th. But it also doesn't mean I think we should still approve the budget as soon as we can.
We don't have a whole lot left.
No, we don't. I'm just trying to find the list, which I can't find.
It was tabled last time.
It was tabled, right?
Let's vote, okay, so let's.
What was total?
So we're all in agreement?
You better
I'm making a
vote on it.
motion for the benefits coordinator for, instead of $5,075, for $5,000. Do I have a second?
I was the second.
Okay. Sue, roll call.
I need to get back to my page, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Councilman, I'm good. Councilman Casio.
No.
Councilman Cumming.
Yes.
Councilman DeSena.
No.
Councilwoman Morgan.
Yes.
Council President Feeney.
Yes.
Well, you have your 3 votes to decrease.
Just so I know where Mr. DeSena and Mr. Casio stand, what were you guys looking for?
I said 2,500 for each, like you had originally agreed with me at one of the meetings.
Oh, okay, I understand, yep, I understand.
Yeah, you had agreed with me on that one, and then we changed it.
Okay.
Okay, I'm flipping. Flipping through pages.
Hey, Google, stop music. Just stop the music in 20 households in Washington Township.
Yeah, the music's just getting started. All right, I'm flipping 2 to see what I see.
I have Town Day is open.
Well, we voted on Town Day, and it was an increase, so we voted to increase it to 10, but we only had 3 votes.
Yeah, but Mr. Tovo shows it as 10,000 there.
Remember, these are only temporary numbers, as of what we discussed previously, based upon what I said at the start of this meeting.
I just wanted to make sure it was captured, Stacy, that's all. I'm flipping
I
through
know,
pages.
but we all know that. It doesn't need to be repeated. Okay, then did we? Hold on.
I have the FICA still open, Stacy, on page.
I have one also.
And yes. All right, let's go to the FICA. So that'll be a reduction. But if we reduce the FICA, the 10,000, can we fund Town Day then?
There's 38,000 in the budget for Town Day already.
No. Can we fund the $10,000 out of this budget for Town Day? And you know what I'm talking about.
No, I'm a no.
Anybody else?
I'm a no.
I don't have a problem with it. You guys just said that if you don't have money, you can find it from somewhere else. If you need it for something else, you can save it,
But
pull it
there's
over. You just said that.
$38,000 there. There's
Let her speak, Councilman DeSena.
He was
You
done.
stop
I thought.
speaking,
I'm sorry.
Councilman.
He was done, Stacy.
But do you agree that we agreed before that if you have money somewhere, if you're saving it somewhere, you can use it for something else? Do we want to keep the town moving forward? We want to do what's best for the residents, right? Last year there was an issue.
$38,000 in the reserves to fund Town Day for another 3 years.
But that doesn't do what's best for long term.
Stacy?
Yes.
If I remember correctly, when we had the director on the phone, it was spoken about that this year's sponsorship will be significantly less because of COVID, and so you had all spoken about putting that 10 in to not drain the trust. We hope it's just for 1 year, but we think sponsorship is going to be way down from prior years. Thank you.
We reduced the 10 on the FICA, and we also have the other reductions that we have. We have a rec basketball reduction of $8,500 we haven't talked about. There's $18,500. At least we could do is give $10,000 to that.
Stacy, we have $110,000 in deferred charges that we haven't picked up yet. So before we go,
I'm talking about what we have available to us now.
Looking at the workbook here, it looks like the whole 110 is accounted for in the admin recommend. Just want to verify that it's in the correct lines.
So you're telling us that the number is already counted. It's not a shortfall. It's just it's a line error.
Like I said, in the admin recommend, those numbers that equal the deferred charges and the over expenditures are there. And LVH and I have been working off of those numbers to bring the budget to closure. But I will verify with them tomorrow that they're just in the correct line and it's being read properly.
Okay. Mr. Tova,
We have a $10,000 in FICA reduction. We have $8,500 reduction in rec basketball. I mean, even if you just look at the rec basketball, we're only $1,500 short. We could fund Town Day and not deplete the trust, not deplete the reserve.
May I ask a question that I hope is fruitful? Recreation, lacrosse league, and rec fees, there's $9,000. We're not having lacrosse this year. Can that be reduced somewhere else?
They're still talking about lacrosse, aren't they? I got an email saying they're trying to have lacrosse in the summer.
I didn't get that email. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
Okay, let
In
me just check.
addition, uniforms were already ordered.
I'm sorry, Mr.
So that
Tova?
money is spent.
Uniforms were already ordered.
For lacrosse, correct?
So there's already cost, yes.
But again, we do have the $8,500 from rec basketball and the $10,000 from the FICA. We have the money there to fund Town Day.
I agree with you. I think, I don't know why we don't vote on this, but I do agree with you.
The money's already there. You got $38K.
But once that's gone, that's why the
and then make it $28K.
What's that?
Then you have $28K. So you still
Why
have your
28?
$10,000, depends on where you take it. I have no problem taking money that's sitting around for a purpose that it's intended to use it for the purpose that it's intended to. We're not a bank.
No,
If we take money
nobody.
from a resident, excuse me, if we take money from a resident through his taxes, we should be using it for the purpose we took it for originally. And give it back to them
Except
instead
when
of
you
asking them for
suggested
more
it
money.
before. Except when you suggested it before.
Exactly.
What are you kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you, Steve. I'm telling you what you said before.
Stacy, if I can make a comment?
Yes, Mr. Mayor.
If you look at the prior years, it was budgeted at 20,000, and then it went to zero last year. I believe the intent of the 10 was to take 10 from the trust and add this 10 to it, because Town Day usually runs approximately 20 to 22K. So we would be depleting some of the trust and taking the 10 from here, as opposed to taking all 20 from the trust and virtually leaving it empty. I believe that was the thinking.
Yes, you are correct, and our director did explain that. But yes, you're 100% correct.
I disagree.
Even if we have those savings in other places that we could use this money for this, which is a benefit to the town. Especially after the response, the town government, the town volunteers, and the donations that came in, the response that the town received regarding Town Day and how great it was, it's still not something you're willing to open up to.
You already have money for it, Stacy. I say use the money that we have for it at this point.
Yeah, but why deplete something that could
that's my
benefit
opinion.
for a longer period of time?
We are going to have it.
You don't know that.
We don't.
Could have something happen. Why deplete a fund completely and not know that we're going to be able to have it longer?
If we don't have, go ahead. If we don't have the donations like we did last year, the director gave us a complete breakdown of how much it cost last year, and then the donors really saved us. We're not going to have that, so we're going to deplete it in 1 year. We're just about to deplete it. We will not have enough for the next year. We're supposed to be
For
forecasting.
20,000 or 40,000? The mayor just said we spend about 20. So is it 40 or 20?
No, she spent a little over 20, just under 25, I believe, 26,000 maybe.
Right. We won't have enough.
So it will just be, if we don't do anything, we will just have the money for 1 year and then have to fund it the following year. Why not make it last longer?
Because we have it this year. We found it.
We have the 10,000 from the FICA, 8,500 from rec basketball. We have, and like Mr. Tovo said, the 109 is in the number the admin recommend. It's not something we're going to have to find. It's in the different line item.
I'd like to see where they are, please. That's all. I just looked through it and I couldn't find it. I see all the numbers, but they're all zeroed out. I see like the grants.
You need to speak up, please, Councilman.
I see the bocce grants for 30,000. I see all the numbers he brought up, but there's zero in his budget for this year. So I don't know where the money is.
What page are we on, please?
You know what? I lost the Town Day.
Town Day's on page 65.
Thank you.
That's the old one, 30420-002 is the account number, or line number.
It's 4-2?
Yeah, 30420-002.
The last one.
The last one is 002 is the last number, it's the Town Day account.
On page 54 of the new printout.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Many thanks. We should make the pagination come out the same every time there's a new position. No, why not?
I know, I agree. I don't disagree.
This is hell. This is
Agree. I totally agree.
Okay. hidden at the bottom. So where do I have $10,000 when we're talking about 39,000?
Okay, so nobody wants to give on this at all, or even because we have the reductions on the other side, we can absolutely fund this.
Can we wait till we get Mr. Tovo's answer back on the unfunded sheet, please, Stacy, and then I'll consider it?
That's a very fair, I think that's fair. Mr. Tovo, when can you can have that information for us, hopefully tomorrow?
Well, first off, the comment regarding the actual line for basketball, originally that 30,000 I did put in there. When LVH reviewed it, they pulled it out because that's where the grant receivable is supposed to go, not our share. So our share is captured in the total 109,840. But I'll get a better breakdown of that from LVH.
Okay, I'm just asking where the 109,840 is before we make a decision.
Like I said, when I'm looking for my workbook, it gives it a much better breakdown than what we see in Edmonds. So I'll see if we can clean that up with LVH tomorrow.
But you see,
Okay, that would be great. So let's leave those two lines open then.
Yeah, I'm fine with it. Just show me where the 10,000 is coming from. That's all.
Can we fix FICA while we're at it?
Well, I'm trying to horse trade here, and I feel like if we change FICA, I've got nothing to horse trade later.
Well, FICA's got to no matter what, so it doesn't matter. So.
Well, it does matter because when we tried to do this earlier and you put a caveat on it, I don't want to end up in that position again.
I didn't get my caveat, so it doesn't matter. My caveat's out the window.
Well, it's the principle of how the conversations are going, and it's like if I that's to me something to work with. If I do this and then you have a caveat, I have nothing else to work with here.
Well, we're going to reduce FICA no matter what, so it doesn't matter.
I'm just saying. I mean, it's not untrue. It is what's happened.
I have a line that you have to go back to.
First trade is a bad word, but compromise, is a better word. So I'll replace that word. Okay, those are the, I think we need to hear from LVH on that one line. I don't have anything else.
I do.
Okay, what do you have?
And I hate to do this because last time I brought it up, I said I was never going to bring it up again. You still have to go back to the registrar and the Board of Health Secretary line.
I thought we did those lines.
No.
What page on the
What
new?
page is that on?
Old page 54, account number is 27330-160. On the new book,
I have them approved.
no,
I have approved also.
no, page 45.
38.
Yeah, no, I have it approved.
No, that was the thing that created a discussion that we left.
Okay.
No, I really do have it approved.
The registrar?
Mm-hmm.
Is it
Yeah,
38?
I have a check mark. We approved it.
No, I've been here every meeting, guys. And the night I brought that up, it ended up being,
Do me a favor, could you just wait 1 second, please?
absolutely.
Okay, so I have it approved, everybody, I have it approved at 3874.
I do as well.
Does, Councilman DeSena, do you have it approved at 3874?
Yeah.
Okay, Councilwoman Morgan.
Yes, I do.
Okay, Councilman Casio.
I don't have it.
Okay, Council Vice President Cummings.
Yes, I have it.
Well, then I must have been asleep in a meeting
For
sometime.
the 3874.
What page in the old book is it on?
54.
Sure, it's on
54.
Thank you,
54.
I
It's
appreciate that.
account
I'd like to
number
move on.
7330160.
Mr. Mayor, you with me?
1.5% salary increase.
Right, because Councilman Casio and I both said 1.5% was fine. I remember I wrote it right here.
She wants you to say something.
That's all right, don't go there.
Wait, are we supposed to be doing something else with this line I'm not aware of? Is
No,
something
no,
else-
no, 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 no. I'm not looking for anything, there was no difference, it was the 1.5% increase, and the only thing was, I asked if we could break out the two, because they're two separate positions for the next year's budget, that's all. And then there was,
Oh, for 20, right, that's what I have. My note says 2021, 2 people.
yes,
That's
to break
what
it out, it's
on
easy to
there.
do the budgeting that way.
Okay, so Sue, mark this as approved at the 1.5% increase, 3874.
I am marking it right now, thank you, everybody, I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Okay.
Wow, teamwork.
Okay.
And the health director's approved above it at 1250, but that's going to be 1350 based on our actions.
Yes.
Thank you.
No.
Interruption. Yes. They
It's
were
only
Yes, we-
1250.
No, it's
Agree
not.
to it?
You did.
No,
I don't
Voted
think
on
so.
all the
I think
directors.
every.
No, we voted in
every
bulk.
director failed.
Yeah.
Every director failed. Because you didn't get 2 votes. You get 4 votes, you got.
What do you mean every director did not fail?
I'm looking for
How
my
many
note.
votes, how many votes did you get for the Department of Engineering? So,
Hold on, Hold
Where
on.
that is at, go through.
you did it as a bulk, you did,
and it was approved,
no.
votes?
Well, that's when we had mentioned we were going 1.5%. But that was a stipend, not.
I just saw one of the line that you have to go back to.
My discussion was something like they haven't had an increase in
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Councilman.
You are
anybody.
You are correct.
Put a motion, right, you put a motion forward to increase all the directors to 1350.
1.5, we were going to jump them up all to 1350, and the question was all from Councilman Casio, and the answer was yes. All.
Hold on,
So, on that vote, give me the count.
hold on.
Sure.
Shoot. All right, I know I have a spot. All right, you guys keep looking. I think I just saw one other line that I saw open. Oh, the library? With the, contribution? I saw that line I have open on my end.
Uh-oh.
I thought we had that.
You had the other ones were bills that you filled in, but the library, the contribution, I have to hold, Mr. Tova was gonna get the calculation.
Did you answer the question on the directors?
No, I'm looking for my note, I'm sorry, I'm looking for my note, I have a note, I have a specific
So
note.
we'll wait for you on that.
Okay.
We're gonna stick with one thing at a time, so we clear one thing at a time.
So if it helps, you also put it on your increases to the mayor's budget page.
Yeah, I know, but I'm looking for my vote, I have a note.
Okay.
I could picture it, and I apologize, I don't know why, of course I can't find it now, because it's on the side. Because you said, let's just do all of them all at once. And, of course, God forbid I find it. Oh, son of a gun. Come on, it's in blue writing, it's on the right-hand side. Can we take a 5-minute break?
Sure, let's take a 5-minute break, and then actually let's take a 5-minute break.
Thank you.
So, I think at this point, we need to have, Mr. Tobel, can you rerun the temporary numbers, and we have it by Friday, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so I think I'm going to adjourn the meeting.
Oh,
You're
wait a minute,
to catch up.
we were going back to that
Right.
page about the directors that I found. That's why I asked for a break.
Right, so it wasn't approved. There were 3 yeses and 2 nos. The motion was made by Mr. Cummings, and it wasn't passed. So, but Mr. Chobo's gonna rerun the temporary, now remember, these are temporary numbers that we're using to see what the budget looks like, okay? And Mr. Chobo's going to have them to us electronically in hard copies for Friday. And their next council meeting is on Monday, which will have a short agenda, and we'll go right to budget to hopefully wrap up.
Did you want to say anything about that library number? Does anybody have anything there?
No, it's 9:40. I think we're going to, I would like to adjourn the meeting. It's getting late. Everybody's had a long day. I think we should start fresh on Monday after the council meeting.
So do you want to do a budget meeting instead of a conference meeting, or do you want to do a conference and then a short budget?
No, I think we should do a budget meeting instead of a conference meeting. Since we only have the extension till May 18th, we need to get this squared away.
Okay, sounds good. I will make the agenda accordingly.
Okay.
Thank you.
No problem.
Council President?
Yes, sir.
May I make a remark concerning the tax grace period that we have passed?
You absolutely may.
I have just been in contact with some of, I've seen on Facebook and public media that suggestion made by the mayor of Fairlawn, which was pretty good, was that those of us who are on a fixed income and so on, that are not impacted by the corona situation as much as others, although we all are a lot. If you're able to pay your taxes, please pay them as soon as possible, because the town needs operating capital to go forward. The expenses are not diminishing. They may even be increasing, such as the OEM $60,000, and we need to be fully funded. So if you're a pensioner like me and you can afford to pay your taxes, and gee, I hope you can, to live in our wonderful town, please send it in right away. Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Motion to adjourn meeting.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 Thank you very much. Have a good evening.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.